Guys, what's going on? It's Dustin. Still trying to figure out this microphone thing. But today we're going to do a little bit of talking about gold and silver. Don't mind the dog in the background. Okay, so gold sitting at 1324.48, silver 1730. This is going to be one of the last times. Let's see, let's look at gold in the last 24 hours. Look at this. Look at this rise and a big pullback. This is going to be the last pullback before gold starts, I don't want to say heading to the moon, but it's going to start making some serious gains this year. I think this is going to be one of the last times you can get in and get gold cheap. Let's check out silver. Same situation. Big rise, pullback. Today, at least. Now let's go gold and check out the last 6 months. Let's go over the last year since it's January. What do we see? A big run up towards the end of December, and I expect to see a little bit more of a pullback, and then it's going to test the 1348 range. With silver for the last year, no, same thing. Another big run up. Next test point 1752. Okay, so with this being shown, get into tangible assets. I'm saying this because these cryptocurrencies, which are good, do have the power to enslave us, and let me show you why. In 1988, The Economist magazine said, "Get ready for a world currency by 2018." What does that mean? That means all of the nation's fiat currencies, which we see the dollar falling, it's at 91 right now. We see it falling, and everything is tied to the dollar. This could start anywhere. We see these young guys coming into power. And believe me, in the future, you're going to see more young guys come into power. They're going to come out of nowhere. And this, they call it the Phoenix currency. Supposedly, this Phoenix is supposed to rise up out of the fire of the old currencies. And this has the power to enslave humanity, hence the chain around the Phoenix neck. Every human being on earth can be traced, taxed, and what Nathan Rothschild said, which The Economist is run by the Rothschilds, if they don't do what we say, we'll just, or what their plan is to get everybody on an RFID chip, and if they don't do what we say, we just turn off their RFID chip, and that's it. The zero with the line in the middle of the coin around the Phoenix's neck represents an empty set, which means to me that the currency is worth nothing to the common man and everything to the elite, right? It has a 1 and a 0. It says 10 beside it. 1 and 0 represent computer lingo that I'm not. I'll admit I don't know the 101101, but that is what it is. These cryptos are going to replace the credit bubble, the bond bubble, the real estate bubble. Everything is in a bubble. And once these bubbles pop, everything is going to poopy town. Let's just put it that way. So I encourage you to think about where you're putting your money. Bitcoin, Ethereum, there's over like 900 of cryptocurrencies now. But there's a Senate bill out there that is set to shut these things down. They're not being traced. They're not being taxed. Do you think the government's just going to let that go on forever? No. They are going to smash it. Just like Chris Duane talks about this guy in Utah having the Liberty Dollar. You can even, I'll show you, you can even get on eBay and look this up. I actually was going to buy something, and I thought, maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't do that, but I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Anyway, this guy, he had his own gold and silver business. Here they are. And he started creating these certificates, which he called the Liberty Dollar. And the federal government came in and smashed this guy. He was sent to prison. His name is von Nothaus. He created these silver certificates and called them the Liberty Dollar, whereas the government seen this as a direct threat. They smashed it. Now, they did say that these are so unlike U.S. dollars that they can be sold, as this guy says. Let me just read this to you. I heard about this from Chris Dwayne of Silver Shield, Silver Bullet. But on the 15th of November 2007, the FBI closed the American Liberty office in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, to prevent people mistaking Liberty Dollars for legal tender. The Liberty Dollar organization was accused of illegally passing the notes as a legal alternative to the United States currency, even though the bills were not marked legal tender. Federal agents seized millions of dollars of private currency, declaring that the National Organization for Repeal of the Federal Reserve Act, or NORFED, by its insurance of Liberty Dollars and the attempted use of Liberty Dollars in commercial transactions, they determined to be in violation of federal law. The court later said that the certificates were not counterfeit due to the lack of any similarity to U.S. currencies, as stated before. The sale of American Liberty certificates by this website is for the collectors of rare and unusual currency and certificates. Liberty certificates are not intended for legal use or legal tender. The Liberty Dollar was a private currency produced in the United States. The currency was embodied in minted metal rounds similar to coins, gold, and silver certificates, and electronic currency, otherwise known as ELD. ALD certificates are warehouse receipts for real gold and silver formerly owned by LED certificate holders. The metal was warehoused at Sunshine Minting in Idaho prior to a November 2007 raid by the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Secret Service. Later in 2009, the Liberty Dollar was distributed by Liberty Services, formerly known as NORFED, based in Indiana. It was created by Bernard von Nothaus, the co-founder of the Royal Hawaiian Mint Company. In 2009, von Nothaus and others were charged with federal crimes in connection with the Liberty Dollar, and on July 31st, 2009, von Nothaus announced that he had closed the Liberty Dollar operation pending resolution of his criminal charges. On March 18th, 2011, von Nothaus was found guilty on 2 counts, including the making of counterfeit coins minted after November 2007. Their certificates were declared non-counterfeit by the court as they were not similar to U.S. currency. All certificates seized by the government have been destroyed, even though they were declared legal and not counterfeit, which will make all remaining certificates in private hands more valuable. The government has requested that all certificates in private circulation be sent in for destruction. So this guy is trying to make a buck off of these things. Now, I haven't bought any of them. Like I said, I did place an offer for 10 of these, and then I decided I didn't want to get involved with this, but, who knows? These were signed in 2006. You can see it. This guy did have, look at his rating here. It's 96. Typically, you're wanting 99 to 100% feedback when you buy from people, but I'll show you something. This guy had a negative feedback. It says, I would reconsider buying from this guy. He sent me naked pictures of him and his wife. So that was another factor in me not buying this. The whole point is that cryptos could go up in a flame, right? And just like this von Nothaus guy, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be in Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the others, all the 900 other cryptocurrencies there are, plus Hashgraph. You need to look up Hashgraph if you don't know what that is going to create a new internet, hopefully, and eliminate the need for cryptocurrencies in a way that can be traced and taxed. We just want the free market to run. We don't need the Federal Reserve. We don't need a third party to make transactions between people. That's where silver comes in as a hedge and as the ultimate safe haven once the dollar falls. Where do you think all of that wealth is going to transfer into? Cryptos, gold, silver. Think about the internet. The internet can crash. Once the internet crashes, bye-bye cryptos, right? So the only real beneficiary of this dollar collapse is gold and silver. Silver has 10,000 uses. It's the second most used commodity in the world behind oil. What do you think these companies like Apple, Tesla, all these companies use silver in minute portions, so most of the silver doesn't get recycled, it gets thrown away, whereas gold is stored and as a precious metal. Silver is a precious metal because it's used so much. It is the metal that will equal the price of gold or come close to it in the coming years. I have no doubt about it. It is needed in so many applications, especially if you think about artificial intelligence. Why is JP Morgan stocking up on silver so much? You have to educate yourself about these things. Do not listen to me. Look for yourself. We see gold nowhere near. What am I doing here? Nowhere near its high. We see silver the same way. Where else in the market can you find an asset that is so undervalued? And when the derivatives, the base money, QE 1, 2, 3, derivatives, I think I already said that, all this stuff, look on demonocracy.com. Check out The Greatest Truth Never Told. Check out Mike Maloney. Look up these characters. Listen to what they have to say. Listen to all, follow none. Form your own opinion. If you got anything out of this video, please give it a like. Please comment below. And don't forget to subscribe. We're going to keep you updated on gold and silver and other preparations that you can make before this collapse happens. Until then, have a great day, guys. I'll talk to you later.